people, we'll also make sure all my different platforms are running. Waiting for Twitch. And we're on. Alrighty. Dearie me. Hey everybody, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now. Lots of things to work on today. Lots of things. Lots of things. And this is a wonderful thing. Now give me a quick moment whilst I put my multi-platform chat on. Now. Things. Okay, first, I'll give you a better camera angle. Then I will we'll get down to some nitty gritties, peeps. Yes. First. How's that looking as an angle? Not too horrible. Oh. There we go, people. Now, there's a number of things I'm thinking about. Number one that I was thinking of is my Halifax stuff. This is my Halifax stuff. Excellent. Now, let me just get probably that side out. It doesn't make that many yards. Actually, one thing I'm going to check. It is going to be seamy as all hell, I can tell. Yep, there's no surprise there. This, people, really breaking my fucking heart. I knew this was an older. Oh, Jesus, look at that shit, peeps. Okay. I knew this was an older and clunkier. We're going to take some pretty serious steps to set that up. Jesus, that is pretty awful. Okay. Now the reason I'm checking that is because all sorts of things are good, buddy. Right now, I'm having a bit of a look-see at this is a Airfix Halifax. Now, it's also one of their old pressings. Their more recent pressings are far nicer. This is pretty crap I'm discovering, and what I'm doing at the moment is just trying to assess as to how much, because before I put the cockpit in, obviously I want to, you can see it fits like absolute shit. Guys, what the fuck? Alright, we will sort. Breaking my fucking heart. I do have one. It's true. I keep it well hidden. But there you have it. How you been, alright? Now I think first step, pull these holes out a little. A little bit of clarity on the actual holes to go in would not hurt. Then we'll clean the paint off all of that, and we'll do some sanding. Just painting. Painting's always good, man. I find painting, arguably, the most therapeutic part and most relaxing part of the builds in general, because it's more a thing of, to me it seems, and this is probably a psychological thing, and also probably I am about to reveal myself to be a shocking control freak, that everything you do when you paint is largely under your control, if you follow me. Oh no! Yeah, that hoary old chestnut, eh? Yeah. You've all been there. And, gee, I can actually see a bit that's sticking out above the line that really is. Actually, no, to be fair, as I said, this is one of their old pressings that I knew was going to be a bit rugged. I didn't know it was going to be quite this rugged. But been taken to this point, to just go, well, nah, it's all too hard. Give me a bit of a Nancy boy. This of its own will help. But look at that, you rip. Jeez, the people. What are they doing to me? What are they doing? Boy. Oh. Hopefully, this will clean, I think, those little joins a little easier all of its own. Then we'll need to, okay, scalpel time. So how'd you go with that game? It was you I saw playing that game, wasn't it? Well, no, that was Jujubes. Yeah. I lose track of things sometimes. It all becomes a bit of a blur. Blur. Now, what am I looking for, mate? Scalpels. That's what I'm looking for. These suckers. Thought it was you I saw playing. It was one where you were like this little fox and you're running around and you get nailed by, well, the game programmers weren't being very kind. That sounds right, yeah. How'd you go with that? Yeah, that's a pretty fair reason to be stopping a game, I'd say, mate. I'm currently indulging in Shogun Total War. And at the moment, life is good. I'm pretty much in a position to declare myself Shogun, but that doesn't win you the game straight out. I've got to take 26 more provinces or some such. Which is fine. It'll happen. I have considered actually streaming my games, but you know, although nowadays I've got a computer that'll do it. I could be Shogun Robster the build. Actually, I've done most of the, done pretty much all of the Total War games to completion. Once, actually, assuming I had actually done all of that, in real life, what my list of titles would have been, it was, he was sound most impressive. But it's all in a virtual dimension of which the rest of the world knows nothing. Let's see how these fit. So this is scraped off. Also find this is best ways to prevent or assist in hiding your seams. The neater you can get your join, this is the way I was shown anyway, the theory runs. That once, the closer you can get the join, once you put the paint on top, it hides everything. That's the theory. And I've got to say, on the whole, I've found it fairly successful. Unless you've got a seam roughly the width of the Nile Valley, which does, of course, sometimes happen. Then you clear cut. Then you clearly into either putty turf or just accepting. I actually got to just accepting on the last build, so I haven't put an aerial wire on yet. Should do. Just being lazy in that regard. And I'll even show you what I'm talking about as far as it goes. Give me a moment. I've almost finished this side. Actually, I don't need that. Right. See if that's an. Geez, my shirt's covered and jacket are covered for this shit. Now let's have a quick look. See if that's improved things. A bit. It's better. Now there's a few spots there straight away that we can see. That we can make our life a wee bit easier on, because that's clearly with the sprues. Yeah. Already going together better. I don't know if we've got any other very obvious candidates for that behaviour. Now what's going on here, guys? What goes on here? It's what's an issue we're having. I might be well served to, let me just get this in. Yeah, now that's being an issue because that's not. Should I? Let's see how that goes. If I put that in with that, and we'll just near. You see, that's not obviously not correctly aligned. So, what I'll have to do is first. I'm gonna have to rely on glue down the front there on both the side and having it well bound and set to get there to hold, and hopefully it will. It should. It's gonna hold a whole lot better than if I had that bloody stud sticking in it, tell you. Alright. Let's see how it looks now, shall we? I think it's a bit more than just the studs, the issue. So I'm gonna need Jesus. Alright. There'll be. God, that's got to be made. That must be round, or the thing won't go in. Although I'm not sure. I might want to check my assembly instructions to make sure that doesn't go in first, which it does. Okay. Alrighty. Now, next I'm just going to clean this side up. That really. That there is meant to be square. Do it from under here. It's got a bloody great curve in it. Dear oh dear, that's about right there. Sorry, that one there. Fix that up. All the window that's supposed to go there won't fit. Screw cutters here. There we go. Oh. Tell you what, you shouldn't. I built it to MkIXc recently, and you know, it was a real joy. Everything clicked together in a manner that was borderline sexy. Hell, borderline my ass. It was sexy. But then you have to deal with, this is an old clunker, as I said. I didn't think it was quite going to be like in this level of, I didn't think it was going to be frustrating at all. I purchased it, I thought, oh, wow, look at that. And at that stage, I was a bit naive as to different brands and all the rest of it. I might want to check. See, there's all this extraneous sprue is going to potentially get in the way. Oh dear, kids. I'll be looking on that side though. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, but now I know, well, not all manufacturers are created equal. That, because when I was a young lad, or when I was a boy, there was only Airfix and Revel. There were Japanese manufacturers, but they were considered dodgy, and you didn't go for that sort of thing. The only paint was Humbrol. So when I started to get back into things, I'm assuming it's the same, and no. No, 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 no. No, son. Now, when I put this together, ultimately I will have to bear in mind that nose bit is more extraneous sprue. But that nose part is going to be a pain in the ass. So, what I also should probably check based on this experience is, give me a moment. There, obviously. What I am looking for. This chappy. Chappy. There. Hello, buddy. Something I want to just quietly check on. The way. Okay, so he fits reasonably well, it would appear. He's not going to interfere in any other part of the process. That's very good. And there was much rejoicing. Okay. Right. So, that's fine then. jolly good. So I'm not going to need to do anything extra for that. If it's quite snugly. Now, which one was I cleaning? Must have been this one, you'd think. It definitely was. I can see that now. Dear, oh dear, people. Wonder if I want to sand that out a little bit to make it a bit easier for him to rotate. No. Why? Does it really matter to me? No. In which case, concern not there. Alright. Now, finally, last little check on a couple of things. There's a little bit on the cockpit I'd like to nail out. But now, see, there's also a line there I'm unsure about because here's something to check out on. It's got a different lip, a distinct, very chunky lip. The other one side does not. I'm inclined to think that an extraneous piece of sprue that may well be interfering with things. To assess that. Oops, a daisy. That would go. All of that would come off if that's the case. And if we look, that curve seems to be a much more accurate line. Now the way to check that, I guess, be, and it's a canopy. Give me a moment. I've got a whole stack of canopies in operation here. Okay. Now this is the Halifax canopy. Curves around. Oh, here we go. No, it is different. Okay. This is why we check these things. All right. I wonder why that is. It is weird. Whatever. Now, getting back to this. First, I'm going to put this away. Yeah, well, it's that's the spot where the paint's not meant. See, here's the curse, Papa. I can mask all that off. It's a pain in the ass. I can airbrush, then I scrape off. It's a pain in the ass. You're a bit damned if I do, damned if I don't. Anyway, now I've tried doing their assembly that way, and I gotta say it sucked. It sucked hard. Not in a good way either, guys. Because they've drawn a nice, neat little ledge there. This is supposed to sit on. Sadly for them, it doesn't exist. So, what I'm thinking, these two parts will go together. That shouldn't be a problem. What I'm going to do is glue that back part into there, put the rest onto it after. That's probably my best option, I think. So, to that end, kids. To that end, you coming. That is supposed to go into. Of course it doesn't. Why would you be that convenient, eh? Why would you be that convenient? How far out are we talking? Come here, you. Tell you, I had a bit of a rumble with the AZ Spitfire on Friday. The clunkiness of this is breaking my balls. At least I know that the link is available. Actually, I'll show you something in a minute. It's probably a good file for the job. I airbrushed, this is from the link. Get the light right. Yeah, there we go. I airbrushed the gunmetal grey for the, I'm going to hit that with a bit of tinny tin to give it a rusted look. I need to do a couple of touch-ups on the inside there. But I airbrushed the gunmetal grey on the back, and I'm really happy with how that came up. And the other thing I airbrushed, because I got gunmetal grey as a colour for airbrushing. This is the first time I've airbrushed guns. I'm pretty happy with how they look too. So yeah, thought I'd share that. Anywho, getting back to our frustrating little experience here. Now, that's too thick to get through. Gee, there's a surprise. Excellent. There's an experience that every modeler wants to have. So we'll stay calm. To quote Homer Simpson, urge to kill rising. All right, now, okay. Time to get a little messy on this. There, I guess. We're making progress, though. All right. There we go now. The other question comes, is it too thick that way, as in that way? Of course. Just look at these kids. Well, now you see, there's a common sense approach that I simply hadn't thought about. See if we thin this down a bit, get some of the plastic, not really the paint, but the plastic down. Actually, when I was a kid, what kid I'm talking about, 8, 9 sort of an age, I did build kits, and I never used to paint them because all I was going to do was play with them and crash them. I used to put the insignia on them because I used to, well, that's part of playing with them. Let's see. Almost. Tell you. Yeah, right. Well, yeah, it does actually. Fact on that subject, give me a moment. You can actually see here, in fact, I don't need to. It does indeed have that multi-layer thing going on. That I gotta say, just as a independent observer, some people would query the wisdom of split-level lounges. Why the fuck do you want a split-level cockpit? or whatever, man. But that's, yeah, that would make sense. It still gets a, it's just strange, man. You know? Oh, I'll have to check that out. But yeah, how could that do it? It's interesting because typically you expect cockpits to be um, identical on each side. There we go now. Getting a bit grumpy. See what I can do. Check. I'll use this side. Okay, so that should go in. No. Why isn't it going? Curious. That's strange. It goes in from this side. It doesn't. Right. Not quite. It doesn't. Okay, I'm going to get a little ruthless with this. Fuck this Mr. Nice Guy shit. It'll tell us it's too wide. Can confirm. You got one side with windows there, one side with windows there, chappy there. Let's see if this goes in this time, kids. Yep, we have a winner. Now, the other issue, or new issue, may arise here, which is, oh no, very good. Yeah, I had a concern because that goes just outside the line of that, and I'm wondering, is that going to screw with everything? There may be other reasons for this, up to and including curve of the fuselage. We'll stay cool on that, shall we? Now, voice things, voiced. After all of that, dearie me, kids. God, more hard work than you want to put in on a bloody kid, isn't it? Never mind. Never. Oh dear. How sad. Never mind. Get over to there. Scalp all away. Who's coming? Free and easy. Good. And put the lid on that. Boom. There we go. I'll let that dry. I can. Where's the other piece? Up here somewhere. No, it's not where they are. They're down here, I'd say. Yep. This is the piece that goes on. I should probably have checked that that's going to fit on there. Otherwise, I'm going to get fucked around. Now's the time. exactly the same problem. Okay. This now leaves me with a very annoying decision. Do I yoink that out, make the trim? Yeah, I do, don't I? It's annoying as all hell. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I can see that is again much wider than scalpel. Yummy. With the other side to try and keep it a bit square. Alright. Now. Then what I might even think about. Gonna wind up in very different positions, aren't we? Alright, let's see if this one goes on. Doesn't. Okay, it does now. Good. Excellent. We got, yeah, the guides. Okay, now at least I know they go on. I can feel a bit more comfortable. I'll re-glue that. We'll put a guy onto that seat. Which guy goes onto that? Guy with full legs. They've got someone to. This poor fucking pilot's got his legs chopped off. I mean, where's the manners in that? Where's the love? Anyway, a guy with all his legs. He's got all his legs. This guy, I'd suggest. Alrighty. And okay. Very good. Let him settle on. Geez, he hasn't got much clearance from his head. Might want to. That's probably a better idea. Yep, okay. Let that dry. We glue this back into his little pussy that we had on the front before. With that set. Then we shall put that into there. Right. Occasionally tidy him. I'll just hold it there for a bit. Okay, maybe not. Maybe come a point where I'll just be able to see it. I want to reach that point. Although I can also just keep a bit of an eye on him. All right. Now, next. There's a third piece to the cockpit. That needs to go in. That is this piece. This goes into then ultimately that goes onto that. Once we've got that on. One thing I should probably just check. It goes on that side. All right. They say to do it like that, but there's no shelf for that to connect to. It doesn't do its thing. Unless my other option on this, buddy, is to in effect create one. Now, question here. This is supposed to go onto here. Suggestion made on the diagram. There's like this little ledge that will go on there that it goes on. This does not exist. Maybe I should create one. Not by hacking away at this. Have a look at some waste. That. What we can do. Wondering. We can build a ledge out of putty. But that would work. It wouldn't need to be big. It wouldn't need to be anything particularly special even. Or particularly aesthetic. As that area would be covered. Let's have a look. That would be the way to do it. Fix the problem. They'll be able to take a bit of the positioning element out. Okay, we can probably do that. And what I'm going to do is, once I've got this lower buddy. You should be happy sitting at that angle, which is the actual angle it's meant to be at. Let's not be shy. Now, creating a ledge for this back area. Aha. This will do the job for us. Bit of cardboard is what I need. It does sometimes ooze out. That's kind of yucky. Worse, it's kind of messy. Aha. Here, very much mistaken. I don't know anybody in Canberra. Just receiving a phone call then, guys. It's like, what the fuck? Go away. Oh, fuck. I'm just going to have to let them ring out. The worst part about this is that I am now revealed as an international man of mystery by my own ringtone. That we really need. Let's see. Too dry. A little putty. Now, next. I'll let that dry and that dry and that dry. The idea is I'll actually glue that on properly. Quite more closely to the instruction. Okay, Spitfire. Broke my balls last week, but we'll leave that discussion there. Now. There's a blast from the past. Yes. No, well, definitely wouldn't be Peter Harvey. Because, yeah, he's dead now, isn't he? Or if it is Peter Harvey, there's some serious spookiness going on there. Now. Give me a moment. I put a whole stack of stuff in the blue box of bits because I needed to step away from the kit because I was getting very frustrated. I was. Which, let's see. Should. My demeanour towards the Spitfire at the moment is rather grumpy. So, I don't find the particular bit I'm seeking. There it is. So if this keeps up, I'm just going to move on to something else. Do something on the link and see what I can do with that. That's probably quite a lot. Now, this. Alright. This shouldn't be too hard. I could potentially put the yoke on But a couple of little things I wouldn't mind doing first. Alright. That on. Just not that one. It, there we go. Just make sure staying on. Yep, we're good. Let it dry. So, give me a toothpick for a moment. There we go. Find manipulating small pieces with a toothpick advantageous. There we go. It is rather that's better. That's much better. Nice. Alright. So that can dry. Meanwhile, now this wasn't glued in yet. So I'll put a bit of glue on and glue that in properly. Then we'll see what we're going to do about this one. Because that one, it went straight through. It's not what it's meant to do. Then, and now I need to probably cruise in about 40 minutes, I reckon. 50 minutes. Okay. So that's all very nice. It's very nice. Oops, dripping some glue thing. That off. Now, did I put the other manifolds in here? It doesn't look like it. Which case, blue box of bits. These ones, from memory, were rather less cooperative, in as much as, well, they were hard to get through. These ones, so daisy, not simple now. First thing going the wrong way. Let's get them the right way around, shall we? As we do our trial run. This helps. As I do recall this being clear-cut tweezers. Yeah. Hang on. Let's get those tweezers in operation. How are these looking, by the way? That's nice. That's how it should look. Very pretty. Almost as pretty as I am. Ah. Yeah. The methodology of putting them from the outside in myself. That's not how they've got them got to do it though. They say you do it this way. So, yes, that is the way to do it. That's that it's fiddly is all. Well, I prefer. So I can see him. I think. Not to hit my foot. Tell you what, guys, give me a moment. I'm just going to get my torch and find. Pretty sure I know roughly where it is. Don't be needing that behaviour, I tell you, kids. Now, looking. Hey, right there, probably. And down we get. Play the eternal game of the old grey bear. Doing what it used to be. Oh, that's not it. Need that. Something else, but that's not what I'm looking for, obviously. I'll tell you what, guys, that's a bit annoying. Looking, not finding. Particularly long as I actually felt it hit my foot. Aha! Finding. Boom. Good thing. Now comes the joy of getting back up again. Alrighty. Let's get back on to getting this in. Dear oh dear, kids. Alright. At least the carpet monster didn't steal him. It's the second time I've been lucky this morning. It's fairly when I was doing the stag hound small suspension strut. Went down to the ground and happily re-emerged. Now you see, there's the problem. It's going straight through. Let's see, is there an angle object? These go again, straight through. Well, that's a bit of a poser, isn't it? Hmm. All right. This time, inclined to. Okay, let's have a close look at this. It's what I'm going to try and work out. Yeah, to go about. Okay. Got a plan, kids. It'll work. I'm actually going to putty up the inside. I'm going to putty till it's 1999. Did I just do that? And then when that dries, I'm going to put these manifolds in from the outside. I think that's going to save my sanity a lot of pretty major kind of way. Because then what I'll do is there is enough of a gap that I'll be able to put glue the manifolds in there and just go from the outside as one might on, I believe Airfix do it that way, and so do a number of other manufacturers. So there we have it. There is my cunning plan. Just have a while, I think. Nice. Is that potentially nice? That's the way we can see if that's looking nice. That's okay. What did I do on the other? There's actually on the other side too. Yeah, a bit of support, and then it will hold. Boom. We'll do that. Why did I not think of that sooner? Now I'll get a bit more cardboard. Now what's the time? Let me do it wrong. A bit left. Not fully drying. Which is what I'm going to want it to be. I'll start gluing shit on. Then I'll putty that up. There is a bit of touch-up paintwork I want to do on the split dash, which I will also do. Then might be something. I'll do that. Might need to tidy up the paintwork. Where I want you to be a bit chipper. What are you doing, Jim? There we go. I can. There, Jim. Uh-huh. Can do. Assessing. Right. That's fine. Let that dry now. Once that's dry, I'll glue that on. I'll tidy up the paintwork after. Now, next. Here's a frustration too. They've got two ledges on that, but not one. No, you know. Very annoying. What, have I got something more? Actually, you know what? This as an angle. Sacrifice this potentially. Doesn't need to be a complete set. Well, that should do it. I can let that dry, even that. Yeah. Let that dry. When it does, I'll glue manifold in from the side. So that's that sorted. To that. Feeling a lot better about those two kids just because of that puttying, believe it or not. As far as it will go together, I'm not going to worry about paint. What I'll do is once I've got that part onto the corresponding part, I will touch the paintwork up. I'm not going to worry about that underneath section because it's not going to be visible anywhere. What I can do right now, getting that paintwork off. Let that do its thing. All right. Now, next. Yes. Yes. Now, a dot of yellow on that. Need to. Where's my other sprue? Yes. Spitfire bits, kids. Spitfire bits. Where am I at? Don't need that. Now, transparent blue on the top of that, but I want to go transparent. Anyway, what I do want to find out. Where are the assembly instructions? That would also be advantageous. Found them. Here we go. And really, Rob, really big boy. Brain of a duck, you know. I think it's time to move that piece of paper on. To, for fuck's sake, Rob. Yeah. So where does that part go specifically? Is that that's a bit bizarre. They've given us a part here that looks there we go. Oh no, I'm correct. Here it goes. So that means that dash I'll sort that out later. That goes on one of the last things, but okay. Yep. Okay, so there's two things I want to do now. Both of them with an acrylic, one of which I can just utilize the thing on here from. And so I want to put, there's a little dash of yellow, I'll show you. But I want to tidy up specifically. You'll see there's that dash there. It needs to be a little more round. I know I'm being fucking pedantic. And also I'm going to do the top of that transparent red. The glass. All right. Then we shall feel the inclination to put the seat in the Spitfire. Maybe. We'll see. Alrighty. Zoom out. It would appear there's no specific place to put the yoke, so I'm definitely going to put the seat in first so that I don't make any errors. Yes. Now anyway, go. That's it. This one. I think spot after all. Okay. Just running the ship. Okay. There we go. That's how it was supposed to look, like the green one. Those other ones. That'll go down a bit once it dries, and like I said, I'll hit it with some varnish. Very pretty. Now next, transparent red. Got off for a moment. Now then, there, these. What's this one? What are you doing there, mate? What are you doing? You don't even know what I was talking to. I was talking to a paintbrush. Yes, I know. Now, so zoom me out a bit further, guys. Now, Gogs. Brush. Looks at that one. Yes. Beautiful stuff. Yeah. There, hang on. Just ding. Yep. There we go. Pop. There. Something that will eventually go on to dash. That dry. Pop that up here. Right. Clean brush. Now, get that out of the way so that I put my arm into it. That always pisses me off when I do that. Now, here's something I really need to do. And it's a wee bit of a tedious thing to have to do, but it has to be done nonetheless. Actually, no, I'm not. I was going to do mask off the propeller tip so I could do the black on it, but I've got a better idea. I've got a better idea. Or yes, I do. Canopy time, kids. And I've got a whole stack of canopies here to do. Yeah. There are going to be more bits. That's the Lancaster one, and I would actually. There we go. It'll be very keen to I'll finish all of this, and then we can get returned to the Halifax, because the Lanc is a pretty big job. I've got to start on it. Yeah, still so much to do. That will probably take me to a point where I'll need to wind the stream up, because that will only be, what, 25 minutes? Let's see how much we can get done, kids. What was the last one I used for here we go, this will do us. This will be goggles. Come on. much for our intents and purposes. So, goggles on. Brush. Very like looks of that one. Bit of toothpick love, just to tidy it up a little bit. Oops, what I'm doing. Yeah, that should be okay. There we go. We'll come back to that. It's going to be a little tougher, but we will get that. It's easier done when you've just put it on. But clear. Oh. There. Yeah. Nice. We'll tidy up. Heavy bits are always a bit harder. Now, okay. You want to tidy that a bit more. Bear in mind, I'm going to give this a polish before it's put on. Clean, might as well. Nice. Sometimes I find, oh, I need a crack. Probably a good thing I'm going to physio. What have I got? Attached it to. Now, polish already with a dry polish with the cotton wool pad. Give us an idea as to how much. There we go. Just tidy that. Needs to happen on that, in fact. Is There we go. Still needs to be cleaned up a little, but it's not looking too horrible. What the hell happened there? I didn't get dear, oh dear. When I do the big stream, I'm actually going to make sure I take time to do some stretching, or breaks. Otherwise, I'm yeah. Do the bit. But we're getting most of the. It's actually easier once you got all the code on because everything sticks out so much better. The undercoat I find the hardest part of doing a campaign. I'll go a step further. It's the upper level or the first undercoats that are the hardest because they in turn require or they're the ones that set down the first lines. Once those first lines are down, everything, including the underneath, the inside of the canopy, becomes much easier. It's got those established. There you go. Might find it different. Next, we'll come across this way. Alright, I reckon. Let's see. Two more lines on this copy, I think. Well, no, a few more. Let's see. frustrating day. As one does sometimes. The worst part about frustrating one ultimately causes frustration. Thoroughly. Then we'll concentrate more on getting the undercoat on. And once I've got that done, I stream again. 1, 2. Alright. Although, I must say, even without the full cleanups, it's not looking too sharp as a cabin. Quick tidy. There we go. And finally, brush, obviously, but I am. All right. So that's that one pretty much needing a bit of a clean up, but overall not too horrible. Now I've got all the gun turrets done and the nose piece done. A few other bits, obviously. They will be much quicker. These are the big ones. But yeah, okay. Now, goggles off. Clean brush. Deary me, kids. Deary, deary me. Where's my bloody... Bing. Brush. go. All right. Let me just look the light out. Lights out. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I've because of my my actual computer desk chair's pretty much fucked now. I'm borrowing my housemate. So where's the fucking ton? Let's see why he got it. Certainly gonna support his way. Anyway, that's me done. I'll be back definitely on Wednesday, but I might be on tomorrow. You never know. See how we go. Thanks for watching. I certainly appreciate it. Pardon me. Yeah. Okay, yep. Time for my usual finishing spiels of letting people know what platform they can track me down on. And also a reminder, if you're a first-time viewer, be it now or after the fact, there's a magic button for you. Follow, like, subscribe. And I can be tracked down on other platforms. I am Rob the Builder on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and YouTube. And I am Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. Again, magic words. Follow, like, subscribe. There, I said it. Alrighty. Thanks, everyone, and I will catch you next time for all the fun and games that modelling brings. Catch you then.